what does she do to encourage others? And, and her answer just blew everybody away. Do you remember what she said?
She said that she doesn't listen to anything that's negative.
Okay.
Yeah. So she also said, she said that she just walks away from it, that she doesn't just receive it. And that some of them said that they kill with kindness. What was hers?
I don't remember. There was so many.
You're putting it on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there were some good questions. Of course, don't speak negative towards yourself. And basically just to walk away from it.
Right.
So there was one student there actually writing a paper on bullying.
Mm-hmm.
And so we started talking about that. I said, so what do you think? And she's like, well, I think that, because she's like, well, Ms. Cruz, I just think that we need to be kind to others. I'm like, well, you have to be kind to yourself, because that kindness inwardly expresses outwardly, and take care of that, figure out, so we started talking about that, but so much goes into the HERO program. We want to give a huge shout out to Gilbert Garcia. Gilbert, thank you so much for all you do for the community. I want to tell you thank you. He provided another set of HERO t-shirts for our upcoming graduating class. Thank you to Councilman Willie Davis, who had sponsored 30 tickets. Mm-hmm. The Houston Zoo gave us 6. So going back to the story and what she said, Councilman had just handed over the tickets and said, can you use these? And behold, the next day,
it happened.
It happened. She's like, the kids wanted to go to the zoo. I said, I've got the tickets. Now check this one out. Poncho Claus, thank you for the gifts that you've given our heroes. And yesterday when we were when I went to pick up the t-shirts, our Jada Prince said, our children are collecting and we need a place to donate.
How awesome is that?
And I said, well, that would be great. Like, I love it. Like, yes, I've got the kids.
Right.
And guess what?
What?
I said, can I teach? How many athletes do you have? And they said 45. I said, can we make 45 heroes? Because you have no understanding what they're just doing. It's a hero. They're being a hero.
Here comes Hero Sports.
Well, we have Hero Sports. Remember, our soccer team with Mr. Kamela, coach?
That's right.
We had almost 60 children that are heroes out there already. You guys.
Hero is spreading.
We are making heroes. I think that this year total, Victor, I mean, we've had after-school program. We went to Milby High School, not just once, but twice, and we're going back December 9th. Add it to your calendar.
Okay.
Yeah, Charity just, our ROTC just texted. So earlier in the year, back in May, Victor and I went out there to Milby to talk to the Peace Corps ROTC, right?
Yeah, right.
We even took them to Astros, and they did some veterans event.
Yes.
But guess what? December 9th, they've asked us to go back.
Wow. We also have the charter school that asked us back.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes. So we were at the charter school for Hispanic Heritage. They've asked us to come out. It was awesome. So much so that we are going back. And guess what? I just got off the phone with them.
Oh, wow.
They want us there for 2 55-minute segments.
Wow. Now, listeners, we're excited, okay? You can tell Vicky is on fire. But this is not about us. This is about helping the community.
Yes.
This is about putting children and families first and foremost. We get the joy. We get the benefit of seeing these children's minds just blossom. And again, with Hero Plus, what we're doing is we are incorporating a scriptural version of Hero to where the principles of being helpful, encouraging, respectful, and on task are being Christianized or scripturalized, because they really are basic principles of goodness and kindness that God wants us to practice. And so we are going straight to the source, which is the biblical base of where all of this comes from.
Absolutely. So check it out. So Hero As I mentioned before, it is very nonpartisan. We are not about politics, religion, or anything like that. These are simple must-have values to bring cultures and diversities and to create inclusiveness in our community.
But we could teach this to Muslims because
Yes.
we could take principles from the Quran that, again, are universal and teach hero at any faith.
Our mission, again, it's Mission One USA, is to bring the unity in our community. And what better way to teach our children, right? What better way, Victor, to teach our children that, you know what? We've got to help. We've got to learn to ask for help. We've got to learn to give help in the community. We've got to learn to encourage ourselves, encourage at home, in schools, and in the community, right? So everything has its purpose and its course. And what better way to teach our children to respect? We've said it over and over. Houston, Texas, we have diversity, not just in Houston, all over the nation. And we're different, even in our Hispanic culture, Victor.
Oh, yeah.
¿Cuántos? I mean, how many, demographics do we have, or
Look at the
nationalities,
children last night.
ethnicities?
There was a lot of Cubans. There was a lot of children, some from Mexico, maybe. Some
Venezuelan?
Yeah. So very broad base of diversity in our country.
Honduras. I
Yeah.
mean, it's just, and what better way to use a platform to educate that, you know what is going on over here? Oh, this is Victor's camera.
Yeah.
Let me get back over here. I'm like, okay. So what better way, viewers, than to educate our children, right? And create the hero leadership that's within. It's already within. I mean, all we have to do is just teach it. Last year, why we are so passionate about it, because this is the deal. I'm either making money or I'm making leaders. And God asked that question. He says, Vic, when I was there, I said, Lord, I'm going to just literally, I just did this. I'm getting two investments. We'll get some funding done. We'll go here.
She was getting ready to shovel money.
I was like, man, okay, I got this. I see how these rich people are getting richer. I was like, and then the Lord stopped me and said, well, do you want to make money or do you want to make leaders? And I said, I want to make leaders. And so,
Be careful what you ask for.
yeah, I said, you know what? We're going to bring unity in the community, and we are going to teach children. Why? And we're teaching parents, we're teaching the community. And guess what? We taught the Hero Plus. So if you're watching this, and if anybody knows me, I am a minister. But as a minister, I believe that we love all. We do not and cannot have the power to change people. I don't know what camera I'm going to talk. We do not have the power to change people, right? Our job is to love one another. We take it further and we say, let's respect one another. Because when we can respect others by respecting ourselves and respecting others, we can change, right? And Victor and I believe that we have what it takes to change Houston. Imagine that, Victor.
Absolutely.
What do we say?
We're on the same page, viewers, because again, unless you connect to God's Spirit, you're lost. It's like you're lost, and I'm speaking from experience. Okay, I have strong academic background, and I found out that that's not where it's at. It's like yes, God has granted me abilities and tremendous talent to do many things, but unless it's in the service of God, it's all for nothing.
It's all for nothing. And so what's really cool about where we're at in the Mission One USA Hero Program is because we really believe that if we could just come up with the solutions, we understand. I mean, we just went through last week, right, was vote. Everybody went out to go cast a vote, and selections were made, yeah. And so we want to respect all. I mean, if somebody comes into that seat, I'm a veteran, Navy, daughter of a Marine, and we've learned, hey, Vicky, if that person was not, he is still our leader. We respect the chair, and we go out there and we support. And so I'm not a Republican or Democrat. I tell people, I don't want to be labeled. My vote is my business. However, I want to walk in the kingdom to be able to live life in the richness of just uniting our people.
Like I've heard you speak at different events, Vicky. You served not for Republicans or Democrats. You serve for the country.
I serve for the country, and I don't care what religion.
Yeah.
I don't even care if you have a religion.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, everybody is entitled to their own views, and we just respect that. But going back into what just happened today, 2 hours for there. So listen, viewers, this is really important because Victor and I are going to launch. We are going to launch a teen summit. And we're going to have more information. We need you to really follow Mission One USA, and we really need you to share our stuff and invite people to come. This is a movement. Hero is a movement of children. Our current academy, our first academy is going, we have 100 children. Yeah, so we've just talked to the first 30. And we're going back. We'll go back next week, Tuesday, where we teach the children how to be respectful and on task. And so with that said, and then we've got these tickets to the zoo, so they're all pumped up about it. So we're just going to make it big for them. Why not? You know, and they're excited. So even yesterday, they made up their little baggies for lunches, and we're going to start preparing little sack lunches for our homeless community. And they've already done cards. We gave the children the option.
Right.
Many of them said, Ms. Cruz, can you please send me to the nursing home? And so this is an army. It does not stop. This is an army of little children that are learning why empathy is so important, why compassion is so important. And so I'm really excited about what is happening. And thank you to all the viewers that are watching and sharing this and just connecting us. This morning, someone said, I have a warehouse, you know, and so we like to talk to you about you coming to our warehouse to come visit and seeing how they could bless. And, you know, I'm just like, thank you, Lord. And we know that we want to do things here in the North Side with Alanto Radio and Pastor Orlando that's here doing some amazing things here with the community. We want to bring Hero out to just say que sí se puede. Everything is possible. We're doing it in Spanish también. So sin caso estés, escuchando este radio, we probably saying, what is she saying anyway? Pero mira, nosotros, Victor y I podemos ir a Victor también. Victor speaks Spanish. Come on.
Yes. Claro que sí. Yo soy el que rescata a Vicky cuando se atora por no saber las palabras adecuadas en español.
Sí, claro que sí. Le digo sí. No. Mira, y fíjate que el inglés no era mi primer lengua. Y,
Idioma.
Ay, mira, la lengua. Yo pensaba que era lengua. So, anyway, yo sí lo puedo hablar porque it's gotten better.
Cuando canaliza el Espíritu Santo le da las palabras. Y si las usa incorrectamente, el interlocutor lo va a entender. Eso es lo único que importa.
Día tras día estoy hablando y está mejorando la idioma del español.
Yeah, there you go.
Porque sí lo puedo ser.
There you go.
So, we are going to go back into what we are doing, and let's see how much time we have. About 15.
We got 15 minutes.
We got a little 15 minutes. If you're watching this show, it's really important to understand that we've always got to be prepared, meaning that Houston is one of the strongest cities. Houston has always proven itself to be in Houston strong, and that is
through hurricanes, through flooding, through storms. Houston always bounces back. Look at what happened with Katrina. Houston just embraced all those refugees from Katrina, housed them, fed them. Many of them stayed because of the vibe, the Houston vibe that was so welcoming.
That's right. And so we know that we have the resources. We know that even that through together being Houston strong, as Victor says, we have proven ourselves time after time, that we can be Houston strong. And even if anything has not come up, we should remain that way. We should remain, because I can tell you as a veteran, we do not sign up and take an oath just for one. It's for all. We make that oath for all. And so as a veteran, I am asking you to get plugged in, to serve and teach your children, your grandchildren to serve the community, right? And to educate and to empower. And that's one thing that we do love about what we do, is because I guess the empowerment that we get, and just to watch our heroes come back and to tell us, hey, we did this, or, look at the accomplishments made now, Miss Cruz. I have so much more focus and so much drive because I get it. And so that's what's important. We're able to go back to Milby.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Sure. We went back to Milby because that was the school that Vicky went to, and that was there's a book coming soon, where you can read the entire story of Vicky's life, where she was busted in high school for skipping out because she was a teenage pregnant mom. Okay, and so she went back to Milby as a highly accomplished woman, a community leader, to inspire these teenagers that some of them are at risk of repeating the same pattern. And there was 3 little girls in that talk that got very emotional. They started tearing up because of the message that Vicky delivered to them about not being at risk. I even got in on the discussion because I wanted to talk to the young men, because again, they are just as much at risk of trying to find love in gangs, because they make them their surrogate family when there is no love at home, when they're lost, when they don't feel a part of anything. Gangs will welcome them, and of course, they make wrong decisions that ends up to them being incarcerated for life.
That's right.
Many of them. So,
and many of them, one of the things that I brought up, and I had asked a question, and of course to the viewers as well, really think about your youth, your childhood, and reflect back to how many times you were told you were loved. I mean, that just wasn't a word that I felt, or maybe I just wasn't listening, but I remember it just wasn't truly told to me a lot. And so,
you know what, Vicky, I just came upon a recent epiphany about that. Our generation that we were raised in, they were not the embracing, loving generation that now we have. It's like we have evolved beyond that. And
Correct.
Totally cultural and generational.
Yeah.
Our parents never told us they loved us or hugged us. Just putting food on the table and clothes on your back and a roof over your head was enough.
Yes, correct.
That was how they showed love. But today we need more than that.
Absolutely. We need more. Well, the thing about it, today there's a lot of entitlement. These kids just think,
That's
hey,
true.
give me my cell phone, mom. Do it if you want me, and there's no responsibilities, and that's why the Heroes here, the Hero program, to say, you know what? Right here, no, baby boy, you got to work for these things. And, little cell phones here at 5 years old and stuff, no way. But however, I want to just, before we're going to go back to cell phones, but I want to talk to you really quick about what had happened. When we asked the little girl, I asked him, has anybody here have not heard that? The words, I love you. And like Victor said, there were hands that went up. The hands that went up and said, I have not been told. And so we had to just embrace them to say, I love you. I love you. I love you. And tears just started just to flow, and just to embrace these little girls to say, you know what? I love you. Come here. Because I just remember, watching my mother-in-law at the age of 19 years old. Victor told you I had a baby at 17. And this woman, she was not the, biological grandma, but she was somebody that was, anyway, she showed me so much love, the way she loved her kids. She would rub their heads. I mean, my mom would rub my head, but she was taking lice out of this stuff here. She was like, here, come here. And you can't be getting lice in your head. She would not like the lice in my head. But, there were times. And so she would I said, your mom is rubbing your head. And she's not like literally like, so point is that love, that nurturement, when you're touching someone, like, hey, it's like some people, of course, you got to be mindful because you can't just always put your hands on someone like that. But, you know, they need that. Our children need that love and encouragement and that time. And so that was one. And then when I shared with the children that transition of me being in a relationship, like abusive, I don't want to get into all my business, but I was like, you know, feeling kind of stuck in a certain way in this relationship. And when I got away and I broke up, I didn't know what a breakup was going to feel like. I did not know that it was going to hurt. And at that time, at 17, I was 16 turning on 17. I had ran away from home, and I was just looking for love. You know, I took off for about 6 months, and guess what? Came back with lice again. I came back with lice and a belly. I was about 3 months pregnant coming back home. Didn't tell my mom. But the rest you will find out in my book. That is Woodruff. Where you going?
Yes.
That's the name of the first book that it's being worked on, and videos also being made.
Yes.
So much documentaries being made. And we were gonna do the book on, and it was gonna be like super duper long. And I'm like, no, because I really need the story to hit and punch, like not just not punch anybody, but just punch life in the throat and say, boom, a little breakthrough for these kids and for these young girls and young men.
Right.
You know, so yeah, what do you think?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I think that this is what the young generation needs: guidance. Role models that they can relate to.
That's right.
Not the fake social media, TV stars. It's like, that's all fake.
Cut. And then exactly like cut. It's all fake. So listen to this. We want to be just as real to our students. We want to be real with them. We want to be transparent. We want them to know that, you know what? Don't look at your past. Don't look at who you are today. Just keep going and know where you're going, right? Know where you're going.
That was my message to the children last night. It's like, regardless of what your skin color, regardless of where you're born, regardless of anything, know that you're special.
Absolutely.
That God does not make mistakes, and you're made in his image.
That's right. And so stay tuned for that. And, you know, there is something else happening. So another update is I am working on a prayer night. And so I'll have more information on that. Please just follow us on Facebook to know, you know, myself, Vicky Cruz, EV at the end. But Mission One USA is who you really want to follow, because that's where we put our information at. Toys is what we need. We need toiletries. We need to have monetary donations. You know, like I told you, when the Lord said to me, he said, hey, Vic, do you want to make money, or do you want to make leaders? And that's what we do. And right now, I mean, we do have a team that we do support, that we have a marketing team. And so we need monetary. We are a 501c3. And we need all the support that we can get with this. You know, yes, we thank everyone for what they have done. We also need a van. Transportation. You know, we're going to put that out there. I mean, we have 20 kids that need to get to the zoo. Okay, so 20 children need to get to the zoo. So if you know a way of a transportation, please, we're asking you to help out, because, you know, it's myself here, and, you know, we've got to make that happen.
That's right.
Yeah. So there's so much that we want to share. Follow us on Facebook. What time is it? I don't know. I want to just get into something else. 10:38.
We got 7 more minutes.
7 more minutes. Okay, great. What do you want to talk about?
How about we focus on what the children did yesterday?
Oh, and then we also got to tell them about AI, but go ahead.
Yes, about how they learned to be helpful by cleaning. We had a little army of cleaners cleaning the entire church, the bathrooms, the classrooms, the doors. It's like all these little children are learning that you have to work, you have to contribute, you have to give back.
Absolutely.
You have to become responsible. Other than being an entitled generation, it's like we're resetting everything to where to traditional values.
That's correct, Victor. And yesterday, what happened, I was so excited because, with every class, we do the cadence. And I was just so impressed the way the children lined up. I'm impressed of the way the children just took their orders and they marched along. And they were very much enthused about what they were doing and understanding how formation was so important. Our little ones were just came out of their little chairs. They walked down the stairs. So at that point, we were like, hey, and the pastor had asked, because there's only like a couple of, I'm not going to say a handful of workers. She's blessed to, have those. And she told me, I said, is there anything they can do? She's like, absolutely. They've got to learn to wash dishes here because they feed after the church. All the kids get to eat. And then after service, and then she's like, clean the bathrooms and clean here just to work and teach them volunteerism and contributing. And so these children just got out of their chairs and we broke up into little teams. I said, we're just going to clean for 15 to 20 minutes, come back up here and let's talk about it. And they talked about the things they did. I was so impressed.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then a lot of students, when I asked, what kind of help do you need at school? Mathematics was like the number one that came up. Geometry, math. And, it saddens me. Nothing against the school system, but the things that they're learning at such a young age, which I think it's great to do the 1+1s and what have you. But to understand that how to really unstuck, because these kids are stuck on these big equations. They're stuck. Imagine the equations of life that we get stuck. If we don't understand our values and who we are.
That's where the growth mindset comes in, which is what Hero is to take risk, to take steps. If you don't succeed at first, keep trying and keep trying, keep trying.
That's right.
Because eventually you will get it. You develop a winning mindset because it's always growing.
Correct.
As opposed to having a fixed mindset that I'm either too smart and then you set yourself up for failure, or you're not good enough.
Correct. And so we teach the children, number one, where it starts. It starts within themselves. It starts within ourselves. And sometimes, in life, gets distractions. I mean, Victor knows all about my distractions.
Absolutely. She's like Dory, guys. Dory the fish.
Oh, Dora the fish. Dora the fish or Dora the Explorer?
Dory the fish.
Oh, Dory.
That gets distracted by shiny objects. Oh, there's something shiny.
No, not all the time now. Now I'm like, I've been doing good, babe.
Oh, good.
You guys, we love you. We believe in you.
Let's pivot to Hero AI.
Okay, we're going to briefly talk about the Hero AI, but then we're going to literally make a whole segment about the AI soon.
Yes.
Okay, and how it works. And we are going to hopefully launch it with the Bridge Over Troubled Waters, or hopefully we have a location that it's going to be, implemented at, or maybe just our academy here. And
AI is not going away, friends. It's already disrupted our entire life. And so what we're doing is we're embracing technology, and that's going to be the next generation of Hero to reinforce the physical learning that children have firsthand in class, but also now to monitor their success and to give them further strengthening of their skills and knowledge to where they're Hero year round.
Yes.
And this is not just a once in a lifetime deal.
Why? Because it's so important that we track. Everyone says, well, how are you tracking them? How are we tracking? And when it's just...
It's not so much that we're tracking, is that we're measuring the effectiveness.
Exactly.
Okay? When people think of tracking, they have a negative connotation, like I'm being tracked on my phone. It's like, no, we're measuring the success. We're measuring
impact,
the impact, so that we can build on that and also begin to see where there's deficits that we can always fine tune the Hero program to all the different demographics that we're serving.
Yes, that's exciting. I love it because I love technology.
Yeah.
Technology is the way, and AI is going to be something else. And why not push our children into that, you know, the next dimension.
Our little heroes are going to have their own little AI robot in their hand that can, again, lead them and answer all their questions and help them with ideas on how to be more helpful, encouraging, respectful, and on task.
Yeah, we want to make good stewards, right? And so we also have where parents, you know, have to log in as well. So it's going to be very, very guarded, very gated for our children. And so it's just better, like it's like Victor says, it's better for better measuring. So other than that, I mean, we'll have more for you. We will be, you know, we should have something like maybe some kind of forum for our community leaders to bring them in. We'll think about what we can do. But in the meantime, you have my number. Just go visit us on mission1usa.com. Email us at info@mission1usa.com. All words, letters. Yeah, just all letters, no numbers. If, you know, people say, why I emailed you? I put a number one. No. We won't get that. It's Mission1USA. All words, info@mission1usa.
Yes.
And until then, I mean, I think we're good, Vic.
We're good.
Thank
Go
you
out
so
and
much.
have a great week, friends.
Yes, do that. We love you. We believe in you. Let's create that unity in the community and let's go be a hero.